A returnee from the days of Medarot 4, and anyone who's seen the somewhat controversial Season 3 of the anime know this bot well. It is DVL03 Blossomail, with a kit of Destroy, Double Sacrifice, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Bloodstain, which buffs power when breaking parts on the target when attacking. Now, right from start, looking at her stats, she honestly is very tanky overall, so she can definitely tank a hit or two, especially with Sacrifice arms. So just to go over those briefly, Sacrifice has a base power, as mentioned there, about the 1443 for the right arm, 1572 for the left, but it also adds up to 50% of the arm's total remaining HP to the arm for extra power when attacking. Then, at the end of the turn, the part breaks, hence the name Sacrifice. Unfortunately, with that, even though Blossomail does have a very heavy-hitting arm, especially with that extra HP for an extra bonus on top of that, unfortunately, it is one-time use, kind of the same situation that Belzelga and Anzudo Beetle and Marie Crown also sit in. Unfortunately, however, what sets Blossomail apart is the fact that once she uses up those arms, she's kind of stuck without them, because she has no means of being able to restore them on her own. And on top of that, because she is a Medachange capable bot, it is honestly recommended that you do not resort to using her arms unless absolutely necessary, which already at start does kind of hinder how exactly you can use Blossomail to her best advantage. Destroy, honestly, you generally can't go wrong with. It's a pretty solid conventional gambling shooting part, essentially. Great for breaking through shields, or if you're really good at guessing in which particular parts the opponent or target may be using. Unfortunately, however, that's about as good as her charm ends. With her legs having a total mobility of about 497, so high 400s, that honestly really isn't all that great. And then having the shoot and melee resist, shoot resist, I believe, mid 600s, evade just barely 700 at highest, and then the melee resist it looks to be at 1019. Honestly, don't shape up to be really solid legs overall. So she has the HP for sure, but unfortunately the stats are not there. In Medachange, however, she does transform her kit just a little bit, changing her kit from Destroy and Double Sacrifice to Triple Destroy, changing her legs to Multi, but retaining the Bloodstain ability. Now, Bloodstain ability by itself is honestly really nice, in the sense that it does buff the extra power. So I guess in a sense, what you could do is maybe break one or two parts first and then use Sacrifice to get that extra oomph in your attack when you go to use it. However, unfortunately, even in Medachange mode, that doesn't really save Blossomail all that much, because all three of her drives do require charge, 10 charge per turn in order to be used, which means you can only survive a certain number of turns before she forcibly changes back. For a pure set score, I'd honestly rate her a 4.5 out of 10. Not to say that she has particularly bad stats, because her head and arms actually are pretty solid for their base power, but because she herself as a pure set is very limited in what she's able to do conventionally, that really does hurt her overall viability in the long run. As mixed parts, however, if you choose to completely forego the ability to change, you could probably make better use of the head and legs. The head, absolutely, for sure. The legs, probably, if you absolutely have to. But arms, for sure, you might want to pair off with someone like Marie Crown's head, or Marie Crown, or maybe Heal Angel as an ally on top of that, just so you can keep that ability to use the arms again, even if they may not hit nearly as hard the next time after that. But honestly, like I mentioned, she has the power behind her stats. That much is certain. But because of her particular kit of being Sacrifice and Destroy, she's very heavily gambling based. So if you perhaps are not on the right edge of the sword when the battle starts, Blossomail may end up holding you back faster than she would actually prove herself useful. And with the low mobility on top of that, it really does also hurt her ability to get anywhere quickly, to make sure that she can land a hit before the opponent does start reducing that HP on her arms, to maximize the use of Sacrifice.